caterpillar, a cocoon, and a butterfly. Am I right? These are we have been taught. Metamorphosis. Now, how is this cycle applicable to us as Toastmasters or as humans is something we will explore in the later part of the talk. Now look at the butterfly story. It's so beautiful, it's so convenient. There is a caterpillar, it goes into hibernation, disconnected from the world, and comes out a butterfly. This story is similar to what happens in Bollywood movies. There is a girl, there is a boy, they love each other and they live happily ever after. Now the problem with this metamorphosis is two things. One is people assume it's a happily ever after moment. Now why is this a problem? In movies they never show what happens after marriage. Do they show? They don't even give a sequence. For example, in DDLG, at the climax, Shah Rukh Khan and Kajol became one. After they became one, what happened? Nobody knows. So the story of butterfly is also the same. We don't know what happens to the butterfly after it has transformed. And the next problem here is this entire package of happily ever after has been malformed in a different way, and it has been used to scam students. Poor little students like you. How many of you have heard statement like this? Children, you are in 10th standard. Board exams. This year, no entertainment, no fun. Work hard for this year. From the next year, you will be a free bird. We believe. We work hard. Then what happens? 12th comes. Again, a professor comes. Realize which class you are in. You are in 12th standard. The class that makes or breaks your career. Make sure you work hard and succeed with flying colors. If you work hard this year, you will be settled for life. Have you all heard of this? Have you all believed it?
Yes.
No. Oh, great, I believe. Thank you, you are great. And the next problem, what I have with this butterfly and metamorphosis analogy is, a caterpillar can transform in hibernation, but a human cannot transform in hibernation. For example, if we take Toastmaster Arushi, she is an aspiring writer. Right? Yeah. Confused? No. Now, do you think it is possible for Arushi to leave her academic responsibilities, to disconnect from family, to disconnect from everything and just focus on writing? Not possible. Similarly, the other day I asked Toastmaster Pallavi, if the world was yours, what would you have done? And she answered with a song. Naguva Nayana Madhura Midiva Hridaya Irema Teke. But she can't transform herself and invest her time only into singing. She has to transform by fulfilling her daily responsibilities at a professional layer, at a personal layer. So as humans, we don't have things as easy as a butterfly, because the process of ups and downs along with transformations is innate. At the same time, we all want to become a better version of ourselves. In the process of doing so, we have to transform. But we have to transform with our education, with our work, with with our personal aspirations, with our social networks, with our Instagram. And somebody like Toastmaster Utkarsh would say, you have it easy. I have to transfer along with managing my dates. So these are the two main problems what are with the butterfly analogy. Just as you, even me, has encountered multiple instances of metamorphosis or transformations in this one life. And during different circumstances, I was exposed to different traits. I had to inculcate different traits to make sure I succeed and grow with the challenge. Now, what was the first trait I learned in the journey of human transformation? The answer to that is in my intro. How many of you remember the intro? My mantra for life is never give up. That is why I call myself a fighter. So my best and foremost instinct to handle all problems is fight. I had to fight for good health. I had to fight for education. I had to fight for career. I had to fight for recognition. At each and every moment of my life, I had to fight. But my biggest fight came in the year 2016 in an airport of a distant land, something called as USA. It was on one fine night. I was in Orlando and I wanted to go to another city in USA which is called Kansas. It was like a 4-hour journey from Orlando to Kansas. A week back, I had finished Frankfurt transit with ease. So I thought, how to afford a local travel kit? At around 2:30 a.m. in the night, I entered the airport with a 4-kilo backpack, a 10-kilo trolley suitcase, a knee brace, a walking stick, and a bandage. I made my way slowly but surely towards the check-in counter. I was extremely confident that this particular check-in process will be seamless. On the day, God probably woke up on the wrong side and he wanted to show his frustration. He wanted to show his frustration on me. Vishal, you seem to be too overconfident. I'm here. You'll be learning something today. I gave my card for the baggage fee. Swipe. What happened next?
Override.
Huh?
Override.
No. I swiped my card.
Decline.
I asked her to swipe again. Decline. And asked her to type one swipe one last time with a positive mindset. Decline. The card which was working seamlessly since the moment I entered USA stopped working at that point of time. I explained the boarding officer regarding my health issues and my limitations, and they gave me a solution which as per them is the best possible solution. I had to walk to an adjacent gate which was around 500 meters. I could deposit cash and get a prepaid card. It was like, sorry, it's going to be a 2-minute walk. You just have to go like this, like this, deposit cash, take the card, come back, and we'll do the things. Now the problem here is attention to detail. A 2-minute walk for a common person is not applicable to a 2-minute walk for Vishal, who is with Iron Man armor. I had no option. I couldn't go back to the hotel and I couldn't afford to miss my flight. And for some reason I was not eligible for wheelchair assistance. So what do? Walk, walk, walk. Pain, stand, stop, walk, walk, walk. Pain, stand, stop, walk, walk, walk. it seemed like a 2-minute or a 3-minute walk to others, for me, each step felt like a marathon. While I was walking towards the counter, I could hear all my fears bursting out. What if my niece fails? What if I miss the flight? What if the machine stops working? But I had to move ahead. I had no other option left. Slowly but surely, I fought my fears. Why is it important to fight your fears? Only when we fight our fear will we be having a mindset to act. If we don't fight our fears, if we surrender to our fears, we won't act. Now my fears on that day was I was in a distant land. I was isolated. I was in a hostile environment and I was in fear. But somehow I managed to reach the vending machine, get the card and come back, and the boarding was seamless. That day I proclaimed myself as a fighter. And from then on I continued to fight all my problems and I thought fighting is the only solution. Looking at my success, the Almighty again came back to me. I teach you another lesson. He gave me new set of problems which I can't defeat with fight. Around 3 years back, I developed multiple health issues. And I thought of fighting my health issues. But I couldn't. I was trembling and breaking. Upon umpteen investigations, multiple doctor visits, I was diagnosed to have issues with my internal organs. As a result of these issues, I had developed disturbances in oxygen circulation. The mind wanted to fight, but the body was getting exhausted. So at this point, I only had two options. Continue to fight and exhaust, or take a break and listen to your body. What do you think I would have done?
Fight.
Fight. Ah, so sweet of you. Fighter I am. I have a small brain and thick skin. So new habits, new wisdom doesn't come to me easily. I continue to fight, risking my body. Eventually, I had to do. The moment when I broke down, respect my body. And this is when I learned a new lesson called adapt. My daily routines changed. My work methodology changed. My sleep routine changed. The way I used to look at life changed. I always used to look at life as a visionary. What after 2 years? What after 3 years? What after 5 years? Now I have to look at life one day at a time. My physical body was slowly adapting, but my mind was still in the mood of fighter mission. My mind and my body were not in sync. And this was when I was exposed to a new idea called accept. And this lesson of accept was showcased to me by a 5-year-old kid. So last year, I met a person by the name Krishna, who is very poor, who is sort of a migrant, and is living with his widowed sister and a small kid in a slum. They are financially broke and they wanted to purchase a new sewing machine so that his sister can earn alternate income. I visited their home to conduct their interview and look for donors. While me, Krishna and his sister were getting emotional with the talks, the kid was in his own world. He was happy, joyous, jumping with joy, playing games, giving me high fives and roaming around. The moment he got fed up with people, he used to go to the kitchen, drink some steel vessels and play drums as if he was a Shivamani. So at that moment, there were two things in the house. A crying saga and a India's Got Talent. I finished the interview, head back home. I assured Krishna of quick health. On that day, I was remembering the antics of the kid. Why was the kid so happy? He didn't have luxuries. He didn't have great toys. He didn't even have cocomelon. Yet he was happy. Why was he happy? Because he was mindful in his own world. He was not worried about what somebody else had and what I didn't have. You may say the kid is naive. He might not have had exposure to the world. But I have exposure to the world, and as an adult, I should have better maturity and rationality. That was when I decided to invite this idea of accept into my life. I accepted it is okay to be weak. I accepted it is okay to take help when you need. I accepted it is okay to take a break when you need. This was a time when my mind and my body synchronized with each other. And when I had mental peace, I thought of learning something else. I went into a new journey, the journey of rebuild. The moment we say rebuild, we always feel rebuild back to the old. But I said rebuild into something new and different. Since I know that I couldn't get the old Vishal back, I couldn't get my old health back, I couldn't get my old body back, it was very important for me to put newer systems into place. The first step I took was to do daily journal. The second step I took was to do daily meditation. And then I learned Sanskrit. And then I played chess. And then I got more active into Toastmasters. You all come to Toastmasters to improve your communication and public speaking skills. But I was more active in Toastmasters to make sure I run away from suicidal thoughts. Slowly but surely, the newer systems began giving results. I discovered a newer version of Vishal, which seems to be better than the older version of Vishal. There was one point of time where I thought fighter Vishal was the superior one. And this was the time I realized the rebuilt Vishal is the best one. So, the moral of the story is, we all have different circumstances in life. We all have different challenges. But the thing to remember is, how do we deal with the circumstances? It could be an imposed challenge, or it could be a willingly accepted challenge. We should always make sure that we clear and win our challenges. So these are some of the 4 traits I had learned in my life. And I always say, I have led many lives in one lifetime. And each and every journey here is in itself a mini life. While we say, I am jealous of a butterfly because it has to transform only once, at the same time I say, I am blessed to be a human because I get the opportunity to change and transform into a better version every single time. And that is the reason I say, we are one person, many lives. Thank you.